You're sitting in your car outside a big retail store late on a Wednesday night, engine off, phone glowing in your hand. You're refreshing your banking app, doing mental gymnastics to see if you can afford the $39 worth of items sitting in your cart without triggering an overdraft. Toothpaste, detergent, a greeting card for your cousin's birthday. Nothing fancy, just survival stuff. While you're there calculating whether you can delay laundry soap another week, your coworker Sarah uploads photos from her second vacation this month. Same beach, different angle. She earns the exact same salary as you, has the same job title, lives in the same city, pays almost identical rent, yet somehow she's holding a drink by the ocean while you're rationing toiletries in a parking lot. So what's going on? Is she secretly wealthy? Did she get family money? Or is she drowning in credit card debt behind carefully edited Instagram posts? My name is Prime Gorilla, and the truth is going to annoy you because it's none of those things. Sarah made one painfully boring financial decision about 6 years ago. It took her maybe half an hour to set up. Then she completely forgot about it. That single decision is now worth around $38,000. If she leaves it alone, in about 3 decades, it'll be worth roughly $2.4 million. And the crazy part? The monthly cost of that decision is about what you probably spent on food delivery last month. If you're exhausted watching people with the same income live completely different lives, stick with me because today we're breaking down the math no one ever bothered to explain to you in school. Let me introduce you to 2 people. Person A, we'll call her Jessica. She's 28 years old, earns about $68,000 a year, drives a used 2020 Honda Civic, and has roughly $52,000 invested. Person B is Amanda, also 28, same income, same city, but she drives a brand new BMW sedan and has about $4,000 invested. Both feel like they're doing okay. Both believe their lives are basically equal. Now let's fast forward. By age 35, Jessica has around $175,000 invested. Amanda has about $36,000. The difference is noticeable, but Amanda shrugs it off. She's still young. By 45, Jessica's portfolio has grown to about $560,000. Amanda has roughly $110,000. Now Amanda is uncomfortable, but she has 2 kids, a bigger house, and almost no room left to save. By 55, compound interest has fully taken over. Jessica is sitting on around $1.6 million. Amanda has about $250,000 and is panic searching how to catch up on retirement while realizing she'd need to save nearly half her income to make it work. That's not realistic. At 65, Jessica retires with about $4.1 million. Amanda has around $520,000 and realizes she'll need to keep working into her 70s. Same starting point, same salary. One is free, the other is trapped. So what did Jessica do differently? She invested $450 every single month starting at age 22. That's it, about $450 into a basic S&P 500 index fund automatically invested at the beginning of each month. She didn't watch the market, she didn't trade, she barely checked the account. Maybe once a year, saw it growing, and moved on with her life. Amanda spent that same amount on car payments for most of her 20s and 30s. That one choice is the entire difference between financial independence and stress. Now you're probably thinking, okay, $450 a month is a lot. Where am I supposed to find that? Here's the uncomfortable truth. You already have it. You're just using it on things that won't exist in 30 or 40 years. The average person spends around $260 per month on subscriptions they barely touch. Streaming platforms, music apps, forgotten fitness memberships, random software trials they never canceled. That's already over half the amount. Then there's eating out and delivery, another $300 per month on average. Put those together and you're at about $560 without even trying. But here's what that money really costs you. That $300 monthly restaurant habit invested instead becomes about $600,000 over 3 decades at average market returns. You're not spending $300 on dinner, you're spending over $500,000 on dinner. That $260 subscription habit becomes roughly $580,000. Every single month you're choosing between convenience today or retiring almost a decade earlier, and most people don't even realize they're making that trade. Now let's look at the math that really messes with people's heads. If you invest $450 every month for 40 years in a broad market index fund, you end up with roughly $2.9 million. Out of that, you only contributed about $216,000 of your own money. More than 90% came from compound growth. After 10 years, you'd have around $15,000. After 20 years, roughly $410,000. After 30 years, around $1.2 million. The first $100,000 takes nearly a decade, but going from $1 million to $2 million happens in less than 7 years because your money is now doing more work than you are. It gets even more absurd. One person invests $4,800 a year from age 24 to 34, 10 years total, about $48,000. Then they stop forever. At an average return, they end up with around $750,000 by retirement. Another person waits till 34 and invests the same amount every year for 30 years, contributing over $140,000 total, yet ends up with only about $620,000. The person who invested less money for a shorter time still wins. That's compound interest punishing delay. At this point, someone always says, but what if the market crashes? This single thought keeps intelligent people poor, so let's kill it with facts. The S&P 500 has averaged close to 10% annually for nearly a century. That includes the Great Depression, world wars, oil crises, tech crashes, financial collapses, and pandemics. After inflation, returns still average around 7%, enough to turn a few $100s a month into over $1 million. More importantly, the market has never produced a negative return over any 20-year period in history, not once. Over 30-year periods, even the worst outcomes still produced solid gains. Every crash recovered. And here's the secret. If you invest monthly, crashes help you. When prices drop, your monthly contribution buys more shares. You don't need to time anything. Data from JP Morgan shows investors who stayed fully invested massively outperformed those who tried to jump in and out. Missing just the best few days in the market cut returns by more than half, and many of those best days happened during crashes. Panic selling almost guarantees you miss the rebound. So if the math is this clear, why do so many people retire broke? Because the real enemy isn't numbers, it's psychology. Your brain evolved to prioritize immediate rewards. It understands eating berries now, not sacrificing today for millions decades later. This leads to present bias, loss aversion, and lifestyle inflation. Every raise gets absorbed into a slightly nicer version of the same life. Bigger apartment, better car, more convenience. Studies show most people say they'll save more after a raise. Almost none do unless it's automatic. And here's what really bothers me. Entire industries profit from this. Car dealers stretch loans to make payments feel smaller. Financial companies earn fees when you trade emotionally. Advertisers convince you your extra money belongs with them, not your future. They siphon your retirement one small payment at a time. People think this only works for high earners, but history proves otherwise. A janitor in Vermont never earned more than $22,000 a year, wore the same jacket for decades, drove a rusted Toyota. His coworkers mocked him. When he died, he left behind over $7 million, quietly built by investing small amounts consistently for decades. A legal secretary in New York did the same and left millions to charity. An office worker bought a few shares of a company decades ago and never sold. Those shares turned into millions. Meanwhile, the average retiree today has barely enough saved to survive, relying heavily on Social Security, often forced to keep working. Not because they were lazy, but because they spent their extra money on things that disappeared. People will research a phone purchase for weeks, but spend zero time learning how to turn a couple $100,000 into millions. The phone is worthless in 3 years. The investment compounds for life. Fees alone can quietly steal hundreds of thousands from you. Low-cost index funds charge almost nothing. High-fee funds quietly siphon massive amounts over time for worse performance. Same money, same market, very different outcome. Every $100 you invest monthly becomes over $200,000 over time. Every few dollars a day adds up to serious wealth. The money isn't missing. You're just redirecting it toward temporary comfort instead of permanent freedom. The solution is simple. Open a retirement account, choose one broad, low-cost index fund, automate the investment, then forget it exists. Let the math work while you live your life. Because every year you wait, the target moves farther away. Start now, and a few $100s a month builds real freedom. Delay, and you'll need double or triple the effort later. There are two future versions of you. One is calm, secure, and free. The other is stressed, working longer than planned, wondering where the money went. Both futures are real. The only thing that decides which one you become is what you do next.